everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in SCP, the Serpent's Plan. Today is May 5th, 2022, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. And as part of this Pulp Cthulhu game, if you see us fail a roll, well, at the end of our Pulp Cthulhu games, part of the leveling up system is that we then go back, we find out what we failed, see how we can get better, and we do all of that in our after show. Again, you can find that at patreon.com/indooradventures. But you might be thinking to yourself, I just said you could find that for free. Don't you have to pay for Patreon? No, you don't have to do that at all. It's being made free for the public. All you got to do is just join us on our Discord. The link is found in the Twitch chat to the side. You can ask us those wonderful questions that you have been thinking of, and then we will do our best to respond to those in kind. But let's say you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on Twitch and YouTube and all of this other wonderful spaces, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, buddy? I got your back, quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, and we also got things like journals, hoodies, we got all sorts of shit up there, and most importantly, we also have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them. So we like to call them Tia masks. They're designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, and currently all of the proceeds of our merch is going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure.redbubble.com. No S at the end. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey PB, who you playing today?
Hi, I'm playing Maggie today, who is a grease monkey mechanic, and she is very headstrong and ready to throw down at any moment. But for right now, she's playing nice.
Hello, I'm still not used to going second, but I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and today I'm going to be playing as Bucky. We go by him, and I am the sidekick chauffeur, ready to definitely not encounter some eldritch horrors.
Greybeard and Greybeard Stavard, and today I'll be playing Klifton Kai, Mystic Yogi. That's it.
Right. Everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Revna, the two-fisted tribe member. We both go by she, her.
And howdy, everybody. I am Mediaflare, they, them, and I am going to be operating as the game master, or in this game system, keeper of the night. So let's turn the logs back on and hear about what was going on in this little report. Sunglasses. Archive number 3 of SCP-6965. This recording is on the date of SCP-6965, currently housed at, is currently listed as a Euclid class SCP. It currently has no listed containment procedures at this point, but updates were made in the latter. And as of this report, we left off by explaining how the SCPs first arrived into this world, also known as the Prime World, or our reality. SCP-6965-1 and 2 were designated D classes temporarily and assigned their housing in the D facilities. D-6965-2 was assigned a task force probation job and reassigned their hatchets that they arrived out of SCP-3008 with. SCP-6965-3 and 4 were taken to the C-Class facilities on site and told that they would be working as junior researchers and technicians until their probationary period was over. At this point, I will provide the camera feeds of the facility as Dr. Palmer takes 6965-3 and 4 through a tour of the facility. So, at this point, Maggie and Klifton, after like taking a moment to look around your rooms and kind of squeeze on the beds and try and enjoy the comforts for a moment, Dr. Palmer knocks on your individual doors and announces themselves, requesting that you leave your dorm and join them in the hallway.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll head on out.
All right. Well, what do you think of your temporary facilities? You won't be here for too long, hopefully, but I hope it's at least somewhat comforting.
Better than the village in the IKEA. And just
Nice.
big smiles.
That is very fair. Well, if you would like, I would love to walk you through the facility here, just so you can get yourself oriented, get the layout of the land, and know where you are and are not allowed while you're here. I also wanted to let you know that your documents and medical records were forwarded to the council, and they are determining where your more permanent workplaces will be after this probationary period. Do you have any questions so far about what's going on here? I know it's very disorienting, and especially after your recent traumatic experiences.
No, not currently. Nothing outstanding as far as a question. One reality is not that different than another generally until you realize, for instance, there's no ghost pepper donuts.
If it were always that subtle. Well, if you'll follow me, and Dr. Palmer walks SCP-6965-3 and 4 through the hallways of the C-Class dormitories, pointing out locations such as the canteen where they can self-serve food that is provided. There is a recreation area that provides a mixture of gym equipment, theater equipment, headphones, etc. for relaxation. There is a yard that is walled in by 13-meter high concrete walls, but has a basketball court as well as some other outdoor furniture. They are then brought by a series of doors that we identify as the testing facilities for the SCPs. The doctor explains to SCP-6965-3 and 4 that each SCP has their own containment protocol, and they are in sealed rooms throughout the facility beyond that door. Without permission from a researcher or technician or member of the local task force, they are not allowed entry into this area. From there, they are escorted to the cells for the D-Class. At that point, Dr. Palmer gestures towards them and explains that most D-Class members are here for permanent reasons and are involuntary experimental assets. Dr. Palmer reassures 6965-3 and 4 that 6965-1 and 2 will be leaving the D-Class positions once the probationary period is over, should they make it all the way through. At that point, Dr. Palmer turns to the party or the pair of them, and asks if they have any questions about the rooms that they have visited so far.
All seems to be going well.
Yeah, looks good enough.
Do not enter where it says do not enter, and so forth.
That's good. I'm glad that there's no issue with that kind of thing. I hope things are straightforward in that case. So I did have a few questions I had forgotten to ask before we put you to work. I'm sorry, Klifton, that's your name. Yes. Do you have any food allergies?
None in any of the realities I've been to. And he is like, you know, like a Rolodex of like, don't eat this. You know, he's having these flashbacks of like some plant that obviously like a bird went to eat and then the plant ate it or something. And so he's like, you know, none that I've encountered.
That's good. And do you have any negative reactions when coming into contact with any metallic or any metals currently listed on your understanding of the periodic table of elements?
No.
All right, that's good. I just needed to make sure of these things. I did not want to assign you to something that might cause an adverse reaction outside of our normal testing parameters. Fantastic. So, I have a pair of assignments for the two of you. They are quick, shouldn't take more than, you know, an hour or two if you can do them. And here you go. I'm gonna learn to flip this faster. At this point, Dr. Palmer hands two cards to SCP-6965-3 and 4, providing them with information on the current supervisor they will be operating under on their first day, as well as the task that they are going to be performing and the location of said task. 6965-3, also known as Maggie, is assigned to assist... Oh, God, I don't have it up right now. Oh, gosh. Assist SCP... God, I gotta make sure it's the right one. There's so many of them now. Is this the one? Oh. My apologies. I have too many SCP notes. SCP. God, there's so many of them. Is it you? Is it... I apologize for the lack of notes. They are to go to the robotics division in order to assist a test with some problem solvings with a mechanoid. Their supervisor is Junior Researcher Allen. 6965-4, known as Klifton Kai, is sent to the SCP-1025 testing room. They will be paired up with a handful of D-class personnel, and their supervisor is a Dr. Wright. That is W-R-I-G-H-T. At that point, Dr. Palmer wishes them the best of luck and informs them that their office can be found at the end of the C-Class living facility. There is a name placard on their door. They can bother them at any time. It's at this point that the O5 Council notes the familiarity of Dr. Palmer with SCP-6965-1 through 4, and note that this is negative points on the professionalism of the facility. All right, so at that point, Maggie and Klifton, you two have your little job cards, and you are allowed to wander freely and get to your jobs at your own pace. What would the two of you be doing? I have to look up this fucking...
Is it a situation where, you know, we're like going opposite directions now, or...
You are both assigned to SCP testing, so you're going to that don't enter thing, but you have a little card.
Got it. Okay. Well, I suppose I shall see you in an hour or so if this is the way it is.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I'm gonna hit the food court place first and get a snack, and then I'll be heading in. But yeah, I guess hour and a half. I'll be dealing with these SCPs.
And oh, well, and now he feels awkward, so he's like, he was gonna be like, well, maybe I'll join you and get a snack, but then he just kind of, I suppose I'll go now. I'll see you back in the dorms. And he just walks through the door.
Okay. All right. At this point, Dr. Palmer heads down with the current leader of the task force, a Colonel Mathers, into the D facility. SCP 6965-2, known as Revna, is in a cell of their own, with slightly more accommodating comforts, more thematic towards a Nordic lifestyle. The bed is provided a combination of down and straw, as well as a training dummy in the corner provided by Dr. Palmer. It is to note that this is not approved by the O5 Council. Dr. Palmer approaches the cell and greets SCP-6965-2. You finding everything to your comfort in there? I know it was kind of short notice, and we wanted to, try and get you more adjusted towards, a more comfortable way. How are you? I see you've got axes now.
Yes. I appreciate these accommodations. She turns to look in a mirror and gestures to her hair.
Don't forget to turn your mic on for the closed caption.
Oh, is that not on? Gasp.
Who's speaking right now?
'Tis I. She turns to a mirror and gestures at her hair. I have not had a time to focus on such things. I appreciate. And she does have nice braids running down her back. Her hair is cleaner than it has been in years.
That's fantastic. So, we thought, based on your background and likely combat potential, you'd like to try some interesting SCPs. Something along, things that a warrior might want to try out. And so we had something that we would love for you to help us with. There is an object. Here, I have this card for you. It is to note, Revna, that they seemed intimidated by you to some degree, but are still being as amicable. So this is going to be your clearance card for today. The data will be reset each day depending on your task. What you're gonna do is you're gonna see little plastic things right next to doors. All right, and there's a little thin slot in between two plastic squares. Do you know what plastic is?
I have been exposed to plastic, yes.
Okay. All right, good. I will note this. Okay. But yeah, so you take this card, and you're gonna slide it right in between those two plastic things. All right. Light's gonna go from red to green, and you can open it. That all kind of makes sense to you?
She takes it, nods.
All right, great. Very cool. You can have that. So Colonel Mathers is going to take over from here. They are going to round up a few other D-class for their jobs. I'm going to go and brief Bucky. That's their nickname. I'm going to go brief them real quick, and then I'll join back up with everybody once we get to testing. All right?
Excellent.
And at that point, the task force operator like gives you the head tilt. All right, follow me. I got about 5 more people to pick up.
Yep. She just snaps to attention, gathers her things, and follows him.
Dr. Palmer separates from Colonel Mathers in the D facility in order to take a shorter route to SCP-6965-1, known as, I don't remember your first name. It's not Bucky. It's Jacob. Jacob Bucky Howard. Jacob Bucky Howard, SCP-6965-1, is one of the 5 personnel that Colonel Mathers is getting out in this video. But it seems that Dr. Palmer wished to speak to SCP-6965-1 before being retrieved. Hi, how you doing? Me behind the jail bar here. Hey, you look a bit, nervous a little bit. Are you all right? Everything okay?
What am I doing in jail? I thought I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, maybe I stated that IKEA a little later than I should have.
You did. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. I promise you, you haven't done anything wrong, as far as the data shows. It's just we couldn't find a thing for you to do in the facility while we waited, so this was just... All right, I would like to be a bit more, clear and honest. D-class personnel who do not serve a purpose typically are disposed of in some way, but I thought it would be good to just temporarily let you continue as a D-class personnel until we find something that you are able to help us out with.
I can do all sorts of stuff. You guys have jazzercise here? Like, I'm really limber.
Well, that's good to know. Limber, all right. So, how are you in sprinting?
Look, if you tell me to run, I'll do like the actual breathing and stuff. Like I'll like put my hands out like real straight and like shoot them behind my back when I run forward. Like it less drag that way, right? Like I can run so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. How long can you keep your eyes open without blinking?
I've never counted. But I guess like a while, like when I'm at the movie theater and like something really engaging is going on, like I do my best not to blink so that way like I don't miss even a scene. Like have you seen those like crazy blockbuster DC movies? Like they just like, oh man, destroy the box office. Like they have like Iron Guy.
Right. Yeah. So I am on my timetable right now, all right? So we're gonna go and do some work. You are going to be assigned to SCP-1025 today. Do me a favor, stay calm, follow every instruction that Colonel Mathers is going to give you, or I am going to give you during the testing. Honestly, shouldn't be spending more than 1 to 7 tests before we figure out what to do. And then you can be moved out of this place, and I think you would be much more comfortable then.
Like, do you guys like need a chauffeur or something? Like, I'm really good at driving people. I have like excellent taste in tunes.
You can drive, okay. Do you like ice cream?
I love ice cream.
Okay, scratch that one then. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to like limit down things I think you can do to provide us data still. Do you like music?
Oh, I love tunes.
Yeah. Have your ears ever bled from a concussion or loud sounds?
I did play football in high school, and coach said I might have gotten hit a little too hard a few times, but I don't think blood ever came out.
All right, good to know. All right, I can find you a few days worth of work here.
Do you guys have any tunes by like singer-songwriter Sylvester Stallone here?
Songwriter?
Yeah, no, like his music's incredible. Voice of an angel.
Ah. Well, that's something we have different in between our world, reality, dimension, depending on what type of pattern we're talking about. I don't think we have a singer along that name. We do have an actor.
Oh yeah, no, like he acts like he's like a triple threat.
All right, interesting. Oh, they're coming now. Okay, so remember, don't panic. Try not to run. Don't act aggressive, and it will be a lot less scary than I'm lying to you. It might be scary still, but
What?
it will. You'll get through it. You've got this.
Wait, why? So don't run, do run.
It's at this point that Colonel Mathers and the other 4 D-class personnel, as well as 6965-2, arrive at 6965-1's cell. All right, Jackrabbit, time to go.
Who? Me?
Unlocks the cell for you.
Yeah, I told him, like, I didn't do anything wrong. There's no
I don't
reason.
need to hear anything from you until you are in your spot, doing your job. Do me a favor, get in line.
Okay. Oh, like, I'm really good at following orders, like...
At this point, Dr. Palmer and Colonel Mathers escorts the testing batch to the testing facilities. 3 of them are delivered to SCP-1025's testing facility. The other 2 are taken to SCP... My brain member. Oh, that's the wrong one. SCP-348 testing. At this point, that we will provide the logs to each individual test that was done for the day that involved the anomalies known as 5965. Beginning with SCP-1025 testing. So, Bucky and Klifton are in a room with 2 other D-class. All of you are wearing orange jumpsuits, or provided an orange jumpsuit. Klifton, you still have your casual clothes. You are standing next to the junior researcher. They handed you like a clipboard, pen, told you to take any notes you might find interesting, and to ask the researcher to ask questions to the D-class if you have them. Dr. Palmer. Hi, everyone. Hi, you are now under jurisdiction of junior researcher. There is Dr. White. Colonel Mathers and I are going to go and drop off the other folks and get you a few other tests. All right, bye, everyone. All right, bye. And Dr. Palmer leaves.
The media, your mic dropped just a little bit. Can you turn up your gain? Just a smidge.
Stop auto-adjusting Zoom. I would love that to be patched out. All right, so.
I also want that.
Yeah, please soon. All right. Go ahead and take a seat, the 3 of you. And, you know, Klifton, or Clifton. I don't give a shit. All right. So what we're going to be doing here today is we got this book here we're trying to figure out. And we're going to have the D-class read excerpts from it. And we're going to log what type of changes we might notice in their behavior or health. And Klifton and Bucky, you see that on a little like podium in the center of the room is a book. It's black leather bound, a bit aged, with the title, The Encyclopedia of Common Diseases, on it.
Oh, no. All right. I don't actually say that. I just think it.
All right. Yeah, you there. I think you are D6965. Do me a favor, step up and flip to a random page in the book and begin reading whatever excerpt you happen to find.
Me?
And that would be Bucky.
Okay. Yeah, no, like I said, like I'm totally good at like doing like whatever you guys need me to do. I'm kind of like an all guy, you know.
Hey, if you can get to the book, please.
No, he's like walking up to the book.
All right, flip to a random page, your choice. Find something interesting to read and read it out loud to us.
Okay. I rolled a d4 to see like what quarter of the book I'm just opening to. So I rolled about the halfway mark.
The halfway mark. Okay. Yeah. Give me a luck roll real quick.
Oh god. Jesus. I'm terrified of this game. Let's see it. What's my luck? That's not bad. That my luck's a 50. I got a 63, so I failed by 13.
All right. So the page you open up to 1025 tests is the entry of chickenpox. As you're reading it, it's in plain English. It's in modern like grammar. It all is very understandable to you, and it runs through symptoms of chickenpox, the average age of people who get it. It's very much a standard encyclopedia. And like as you're reading this, you've got a bit of like an itch going on your arm. It's a bit frustrating. Kind of feels like a mosquito bite or something, but you just feel really itchy all of a sudden.
It's probably something I ate from the food court. Like, at least that's what he's thinking. And he's just sort of like idly like scratching his arm as he continues to read.
It's at this point that I'd like to note, Klifton, go ahead and look there. You can notice that the D-class individual, after reading chickenpox, is now scratching at their arm. We're going to observe that for the next 15 minutes while the other ones read their thing. And
yeah, no, Klifton doesn't ask. He just keeps a distance from poor Bucky.
All right. It's at this point the second D-class individual heads up to the test and reads a segment called Cancer of the Lungs. At the end of the reading, the D-class individual is noted to have a minor coughing fit. Dr. White deems this something to follow up on. The final D-class reads a excerpt on food poisoning and mentions a bit of nausea and discomfort upon reading the book. God, I need like 3 more windows. So, Bucky, you are sitting in this waiting room, or in this testing room. You've got the itchies. And as the other ones are going over this real quick, has Bucky ever gotten chickenpox? Have they already gone through that in their lifetime?
I think that to channel a friend of the show, Liz Max background, I think that he probably had one of those like chickenpox party things as a kid where like they just like throw a bunch of kids together, let them get the pox, and then call it good.
All right. So then you would then like know that you already have chickenpox. It'd be weird if you were to suddenly get it now. You don't see any sores or anything forming. No little like red dots, but you are very itchy.
Yeah, this couldn't be chickenpox. Where Bucky's from, the growths actually look like small little chickens as they emerge. So like this couldn't be that. Has to be something else.
Tell me D6965. Are you vaccinated for the chicken pox, mumps, and measles?
Maybe. I'd have to talk to my pediatrician about that. Is he around?
All right, we'll note that. Mr. Kai, if you can stay here and monitor the food poisoning D-class and the chickenpox one for the next 45 minutes, give me a write-up on what you see, any symptom changes. I'm going to perform an autopsy on the lung cancer one, see what we can find.
Yes, sir.
Dr. White then takes the D-class individual who had read the excerpt of Cancer of the Lungs and took them to the medical ward in order to perform an autopsy on the individual. SCP 6965-1 and 4 are then left alone in a room together for 45 minutes with a third-party D-class individual. So Bucky, Klifton, third D-class, you're all sitting together now. There's no other facility members.
So, Bucky, are you suffering in any other way, or just itchy?
Klifton, they put me in jail, Klifton.
I told you to breathe.
I know, I did, but like it was scary and dark and there were other people there and they were like yelling at me and stuff and I didn't know what they were saying. I think I might have psychological damage.
And how do we mitigate that? Come on.
Medication?
In.
Breathing in.
Out.
Out.
Okay. In. Out.
Klifton?
Yeah.
When somebody has like a lot of like anxiety, do they get itchy? I haven't had to read a book in a long time, and after I read that book, I started getting like little scratchies.
I'm under the assumption that said book has actually tried to give you chicken pox.
What? Wait, what about that guy who had like lung cancer?
I'm pretty sure that that gentleman died of lung cancer.
Wait, he's dead already?
I believe, looking at the other guy, I'm like, probably.
I'm just nervous. That's what my stomach thing is. I don't like have food poisoning. I didn't eat today.
There's no way I have chicken pox.
Fuck, they made us wait. So like you know that this thing gives us diseases and shit.
No, I'm taking notes and assuming. I have no idea, to tell you the truth. And he writes, general anxiety. Maybe should not have shared truth, or not truth, but
SCP abilities.
Yeah,
theory.
Yeah, guesses, theory, something along those lines. Should not have shared with subjects. Will ask further instructions later. Next assignment.
That's fucked. Why aren't you dressed like a scientist?
Because I'm not a scientist.
The fuck are you then?
A researcher.
He's like a guru. Like one of those like shaman types that you find up in the mountains. He and I were in the IKEA before.
I don't give a shit about where you went shopping.
Oh, it wasn't shopping, man. It was not shopping. Like it was like a long and dark, like imagine a dark IKEA. Like it's like at night and then you're just like wandering around, your tummy's full of meatballs and you see like one of those little beds and they look super cozy. So you just like crawl in and like cover your head because like the light's too much. And the next thing you know, there's like people trying to find you. God, I'm so itchy.
You fucking high, man?
No, that would probably solve a lot of my problems right now.
There were 8-foot golems that were capable of rending humans to pieces. It was quite disturbing.
Was that the last place y'all were testing or some shit? What the fuck do you all do to get here?
Survived.
What about you, Skinny? You don't really look like much of a threat.
I'm not! Okay, I am a peach. I bruise easy. And I'm not supposed to be here. I just want to find Claire. And they said that this is the easiest way to do that. I got stuck in that stupid IKEA.
I do not think this is the easiest way to find anybody unless you're trying to find fucking death themselves.
And may we ask how you found yourself in this predicament?
It was that or the chair, you know? So...
Oh my god, are you on, like, Criminal Row? Like Green Mile?
Yeah, no shit, what the fuck do you think D classes are? What are you? You don't really seem like someone who might have, you know, gotten themselves fucked on the side of the law and given a death sentence.
Oh, I would never do that.
You don't sound like a scientist. So you ain't one of them science types getting fucking punished or something.
No.
So wait, you just some guy? It's just some guy they found?
They said that they were figuring out what my strengths are currently, and that once they do, they're gonna put me in like a nice coat or something.
Yeah, you really don't want them to find his strength, but...
So far, I believe he's lucky enough to have read a page that didn't kill him. So, I guess, medically, he's doing okay.
He could have given me butt cancer.
No, I mean, shit, yeah, if you read the Bud Cancer chapter, I guess, definitely, so... Don't fucking read that one if we have to read another one. Also, there are some fucking cancer-related things in here that they can have you test for, so, you know, totally on the table to get butt cancer, bud.
Oh my god.
Have you survived any other testing?
Oh, yeah, I've done 2 or 3 so far. This is my 3rd one. I had to stare at a fucking statue for like 4 hours once. Had to keep telling it's fucking weird. They made me have to like announce every time I was gonna blink. It was weird. And then there was this cute little fucking like pair of eyeballs. Yeah, that was a thing.
You say cute?
Yeah, they're like cats, but like mostly an eyeball.
Cat eyeball.
There is, like, the thought bubble emerges from Bucky, and it's like cat plus eyeball equal, and there's just, like, a missing space. Like, he literally just can't comprehend this.
Yeah, it was like some of that be not afraid shit, you know, but obviously I wasn't fucking scared of them, you know, they seem pretty cool. But, so, wait. Sorry, it's just catching up to me now. Y'all are an SCP or came out of an SCP.
They keep calling me like CP 6965-1 or something.
Ha, dude, you are so fucked.
What do you, wait, what? No.
So at that point, we will do a pause in this testing room. We're gonna go further down the hallway. So there is a wide warehouse that Revna and Maggie and a bunch of other scientists and technicians are in. That seems to be kind of like a large work floor for people to test generally non-threatening items, like nothing that's going to cause like a nuclear explosion or suddenly become sentient and attack everyone. So like there's like one person in the corner playing with like a love tester, you know, one of those like gimmick games at the bar. You pay, you grab the thing, it reads your body heat and tells you how much in love or whatever. They're playing with that and taking notes, and the scientist is asking them questions. There's They look like they're in the shape of teardrops, but they are just a large, singular eye with either red or yellow flesh around them in a teardrop shape. They do not seem to be touching the ground in any way. They're kind of just like floating above it slightly, and they are like rolling about and kind of like booping on people's ankles, and people are like pss at them as they're doing shit. There is one person with a gun. They are talking. They mentioned something about teeth, needing more teeth for the test. And then there is a crappy looking, like, science fair robot sitting next to a bunch of logic games. And junior researcher Dr. Allen is standing by there and waves at Maggie. You the grease monkey person from 3008 they were talking about?
Yeah, that's me.
All right, can I see your card? Clearance card?
I give it to him.
Right. Swipes it on this little chip on the side of their tablet that they have. Oh, okay, C-class, cool. That makes it easier for me. What's your name?
Maggie.
Maggie? Hi, Maggie. So this here is SCP-1508. It is an interesting looking toy robot. It comes from a manufacturing company known as Dr. Wondertainment. A lot of this, is in details you need to know. But what we're trying to figure out today is what it can do. So I just like to show you real quick. Here is the back of the robot, and they can walk you around the chair and point at the back of the robot and like push the toy forward so that you can see it. And there's this big placard on it with like instruction kind of deal, and it says, "Hey kids, does doing chores turn into a total drag? Is mom yelling at you to pick your room up so much that you called her a hag? Well, my friends, now comes a new friend from Dr. Wondertainment, creator of General Beep and Robo-Dude. His name is Mikey, the chore buddy. He can do anything mom and dad want so you can get back to having fun with your friends. And while you're out there, check out the new 2003 Wondertastic Catattainment log, featuring our brand new toys. It's the best way to use up the free time you get from chores. Batteries not included. Your Mikey chore buddy begins to act out, refuse to work, writing funny things, or just plain gets a bad attitude. Send them back to us for refurbishment. Just pay shipping and handling." So yeah, seems to be some type of helper robot. We've done a few solo tests with it, and we want to see how it cooperates assisting someone live. Are you comfortable with that?
I guess I have to be, sure.
All right. So I left out some simple logic puzzles you and Mikey can solve together, or you can ask Mikey to solve it. That's up to you how you handle it, just to make sure that Mikey helps you in some way. And we're going to just sit back and observe you while you do it.
Okay. Sure.
All right. And so you've got this like one of those simple like breakout tables, and on the table there's 3 logic puzzles. One of them is the 3 sticks with various sized rings to stack them and get them in an ascending order or descending order. There is a bunch of Tetris-like wooden blocks in various shapes, but some of them angling in a third dimension. If you've never played with those, they're puzzle cubes that you like put together to make a big square or some other shape by using the Tetris pieces. And the last one looks like a remote without batteries and a pack of batteries next to it.
Okay. I meander in front of the robot. I look at it, trying to like gauge It's
Here,
sentient, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I need to always keep a character sheet in front of me. I always forget the list of skills. So character sheet, activate. If you can make me, what would it be?
Equivalent of insight.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Psychology, psychoanalysis.
Ooh, that's hard with a robot, you know?
In it, though.
Yeah, so make me an electronics check.
Okay. Okay.
And then I guess also make me a psychology check since you're looking for sentience as well.
226. Is there? Nope, that's 5 over on electronics. And the other one was a psychology. Where's that?
Yep.
There it is. Oh no, that one's not gonna. That's already rolled as 40, so not that one.
Okay. So both are fails then?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you're walking around this thing, like you do see a little battery slide out, and you slide it open and check. It looks like someone already put some D-cell batteries in there. And there is a power switch. Beyond that, you don't seem to understand how the mechanics seem to work really with this thing. It's not doing anything in terms of responding or anything yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to post images of SCPs in questions for the court while we're doing this, but there doesn't seem to be any like sense of sentience or anything from it yet.
I look over at what was it, Alan?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do I have to turn it on or is it good to go?
Oh no, we haven't powered it on yet. So from what we've learned from the test is it's going to look for someone that needs help as soon as it's, ready to go. So I didn't want to turn it on and then go get you, because then it would just help me get you.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So I am going to go over to the little stacky sticks.
Mm-hmm.
To start with. And I guess I'm gonna be like, all right, I just power it on, I guess.
Oops.
Let's get the show on the road.
All right, so this it honestly looks like 2 cardboard boxes with aluminum foil over it, and like little buttons for eyes, and like a piece of paper drawn to look like a mouth. It looks like it shouldn't be a robot, but suddenly it like begins to articulate, raises its hands, and looks eager.
Hey, need help solving this puzzle right here. Can you help me?
Which puzzle are you looking at?
The stacky stick one. The first one you described.
Alrighty. So the stacky stick, the robot then stands up and leans forward on the table, and with its arms tries to pinch at a few of the rings. It struggles to do so, like it keeps dropping it, but it is doing its best to play along with you and help.
I give it like a minute or so to see like exactly what it does, its capabilities, with its non-existent phalanges, I guess, and I then begin like assisting it, trying to gauge like the strength, when I like grab one of the sticks that it's holding and like maneuver it to a different location, kind of like pressing against the robot to see how strong it is, if I try to go the wrong direction and stuff like that.
Okay. I kind of want to use mech repair for it, even though you're not technically repairing. Is there a mechanics check, or is it just mech? repair.
It looks like it's just
so-
mech repair.
So roll mech
Yeah.
repair to play with this robot and test the limits of its articulated joints. And
Ooh, this one's gonna be spicy. I have rolled a 41, 55, 40, 14 under. So just I guess a regular pass.
okay. So some things that you learn about this machine is it is very much just. Let me get the thing in front of me here. It is cardboard, paper, plastic. That's it. All of the robotic parts in the front, the buttons and dials are paper. When you try to provide resistance or restraint in any way, it easily is overpowered by you. It seems to be like a very delicate machine, barely able to do the task that you have asked it to do. And it doesn't seem to have any form of communication or is fighting you back in any way. Seems focused on the task you've asked it to do.
All right. After a little bit of poking and prodding in that way to see, I guess, test what it's made out of. If there's nothing hidden under there, I'll finish up the task at hand, or the puzzle, I guess. And once it's done, I won't say anything. I won't touch anything. I'm just going to see its reaction once the task is done.
So as the last ring is slipped on, it stands back and looks, kind of just plops back into the chair and just becomes limp again.
Is that like it's? I look over at Ellen. I'm like, is that its powered off state? And do I have to start it up again, or?
No, since we have a switch in the on position now, it is going to just wait until someone in the area expresses frustration or like a need for help, and it will just kind of feel it out. If you want to keep it focused here in this area, if you'd like to proceed with another test for us or get it to assist you in something.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna move over to the 3D puzzle, and I am going to pick it up, and I'm going to start doing it myself. I won't say anything. I won't. I'm just going to start working on it on my own to see if it reacts to non-verbal, like help me, sort of signals.
Yeah. Do they make like sounds of frustration or like?
Yeah, like definitely the clanging sounds of just like it's not fitting together.
As soon as you start to like sound frustrated, the robot like reaches its arms up as like it's trying to offer assistance.
I'm gonna continue for like a few more seconds to struggle to see if it moves forward with any sort of attempt to help. And just sound like more increasingly frustrated as I'm doing it.
Okay. And as you're being more frustrated, trying so hard, the robot occasionally like pushes one of the blocks towards you and like tries to gesture at it, like it's trying to like lead you in the right direction of like what to grab next. It seems to be trying its very hardest.
That's cute as fuck. After ignoring it for a little bit more, and I just see this behavior just repeated, I'm going to like throw the puzzle on or drop the puzzle on the table, and just like sit back, frustrated, and see the reaction of this little guy.
All right. Make a sanity check for me. As you notice, you witness your first like really weird thing with this thing, and that its little nubby robot limbs, as it tries to like now take point, is suddenly just starts to sprout like articulated like robotic fingers in like various positions in order to like grab and easily manipulate the object and then like put it into place. It seems to be able to change its body at will in order to accomplish the task that you were asking it to do.
I hate that for me. Is sanity the same as every other roll? I just want to roll lower than it?
Yep.
Or... Okay. Then I pass with flying colors. I rolled a 14.
All right. It's interesting and weird, but it does not bother you mechanically.
If anything, with that lower roll, I'd probably be like, oh, that's a technical feat. I wonder how they did that. In my head. And after they complete it, do they just the fingers go back?
Yeah, as soon as this thing is put, and as soon as it's put all the way together, it's like a wooden heart, and it like lays it on the table and like looks up at you, and then the hands retract back in, and it's just regular nubbies again, and it plops down and becomes inactive.
This time, a beat after it goes inactive, I'm going to say, good job. Thank you. Good job. See if there's any reaction to positive reinforcement.
Double check if there are positive reinforcement reactions.
Oh, their name is Mikey. I'm like,
it doesn't
good job,
seem
Mikey.
to react to the praise in any way.
Okay. And I'll after I wait a few seconds to see if it reacts in any way, shape, or form, I look back at Adlin and I'm like, does that regularly, the thing?
No, well, we
finger
haven't
thing?
asked it for many difficult tests yet. Mostly like push a block from point A to point B, help me find my way to a door, etc. So try do something else. Ask it to do something that its body can't handle. Let's see its potential. Yeah, ask it to do something that it can't do right now with its body.
This table that we have, that all these puzzles are on, how heavy would you say that is?
Not too heavy. It's like a folding game table that people bring to like potlucks to bust out.
If you were a cardboard robot, do you think like they'd be strong enough to raise that without crumpling under the weight of it?
It would definitely need some muscle structure to like fold the table up and move it in any way.
I'm going to look at the little guy and then be like, hey Mikey, can you help me move this table 5 feet to the left?
The robot then slides off the chair, and you hear like the sound of a cardboard box landing on the ground, and it kind of just sways its arms for a moment, staring at the table, and then grows about 3 centimeters, just a little bit, just whoop, and suddenly joints are formed in the cardboard arms, and it squats with its newly formed knees and grabs both legs on this side and is like elevated, and the whole table is lifted, but it's like body is shaking, it's struggling to keep it held, and as it starts to scooch, one of the like arms gives for a moment and it drops, and like the puzzle pieces just scatter, the heart breaks apart on the floor, and the robot just like looks slumped at the broken toy.
I was feigning moving this table before assisting it, but I take up a little bit of the slack this time, kind of just like seeing how much weight they could carry. I take up a little bit more of the slack, and I'm like, how far do you think we've moved this table, if at all?
Well, as soon as it dropped the thing, it let go of the table and now has just been kind of like half slumped like in a kind of like a little gloomy degree angle, looking at the toys it just knocked over off the table while trying to help.
It's like, I'm like, come on, buddy, we've got a few more feet to move this. We'll clean that up in a second.
All right, like about 15, 20 seconds of awkward, like just staring at the thing pass before finally it just very quickly like shakes its little robot head and goes over and starts to help you again. The scientist seems to like be like really interested in that development. He's like furiously taking notes. Mentioned something about like possible like empathy or depression.
After we put down this table again, I'll say, hey Mikey, can you pick up the pieces of the heart puzzle while I pick up the rest of the puzzles?
Mikey then turns their hands into two scoops and starts like grabbing pieces of the puzzle and like putting it back up on the table. And while you're like playing with Mikey, SCP 1026, 1508, God, there's so many of them. We'll tilt the camera. So Revna has been led over to a door on the opposite side of the warehouse that says firing range. Colonel Mathers meets you at this door and goes, all right, besides those axes. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm wearing the wrong shit. I'm back to a task force operative. Sorry. Besides those axes, what kinds of weapons have you had experience with?
I have swung a sword before, but axes, they are closer to my expertise.
You ever use a firearm before?
Briefly.
All right. What about a bow? Is that a thing you've done?
Yes, this is something I have done. Once again, it's not my expertise.
What's your blood type?
Red.
All right, yeah, I suppose that's the best answer I was gonna get. All right, follow me into this place. You're gonna test some shit for me. And Colonel Mathers opens the door. The sound difference is extreme at first, as there are people in here shooting guns and like throwing shit and testing equipment. There's one person like pushing a drill into a concrete block. Another person, the person mentioning bones or teeth earlier, is firing a SMG. And then Colonel Mathers leads you to a pair of bronze bracelets. All right, this is what I need you to help me test today. There it is, okay. Go ahead and slide those on if you could.
To clarify, they are bracelets, yes?
Yeah, so you see in front of you, they are bronze bracelets. They look like they would like comfortably hang off the arm of most people, you know, like those like shaky bracelets.
Okay. She sort of glances down at them and then back up at him. And she will reach out, take one, slide it onto her hand.
So you slide one of them on, and you like feel a strange sensation in your body, like from your world. You know, some shamans would say it feels like a spirit has joined you. Maybe hitched a ride temporarily or something like that.
I think she immediately takes it off.
We're both getting throttled audio-wise right now.
Yep. For some reason, it's just us, though.
You sound better now.
Yeah, that's because I'm holding the slider to the right while I'm talking. But in the meantime, yeah, sorry, what was your question?
No question. I think that, like, as soon as she feels like a spirit has joined her, she takes it off.
What's the problem?
I am not a magic user.
Oh no, that shit don't need magic. No, it just needs your body.
I think she mutters something in her native language, and amongst the muttering, she whispers the name of her lover, and slowly puts it back on.
You said magic as soon as you put that thing on. Did something happen?
Something is with me.
All right, that's new. Most people aren't able to, like, detect anything anomalous just by putting it on. Can you slide the second bracelet on?
She, like, takes a deep breath, takes the other one, and just puts it on. Like, unceremoniously, she's trying not to show weakness.
Do you have them on both on one arm or one on each?
One on each.
No. Sorry. Take both of them, put them on whichever arm you typically hold a bow with.
You draw back the string with your dominant hand.
And as soon as you imitate that with your hands... Wait,
Yeah.
no, you still have them on opposites. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's trying to explain to him, like...
You know, like, you hold a fucking bow and you do this shit. You know, whichever hand you're going to have the bow in when you do that shit, put the bracelet on that one.
I see. Okay. She will do that.
Okay, and that's... Goddamn throttle. And that feeling of... like being joined is much more solid now. You feel that you are like in a spiritual presence of some type, either like manifesting through you or through the object, but there's some ghostly attachment.
Okay. She mutters again in her native language.
Do me a favor, raise your arm out directly in front of you and close your fist.
Does so. It's the one with the bracelets on, right?
Yep. All right. Take your other hand, pinch an imaginary drawstring, pull it back.
She does so.
And as soon as you do that, this, what color is it? This like ethereal bow manifests in your hands, and there is like a spectral arrow being knocked with you. It looks like you have like a magical weapon now in your hand, as you have a ghost arrow knocked and ready.
She holds it there in position, and then she just gives him a side eye.
You feel any of that magic shit now? Anything change?
Do you not see it?
Oh no, I see it. I've seen it before. Sorry, I'm not surprised, but it's just I'm curious now about you being able to feel shit.
Others cannot do this.
Oh no, I could if I wanted to, if I felt like it, I could put that on and do it too. But I just see the thing. I don't feel nothing.
I think she's going to point it at a target and try to fire it.
Okay. As soon as you let this magical arrow go, it fucking and shoots, and with miraculous impact, hits the target and like damages it greatly. It has much more powerful of an impact than a regular bow. There's a little speed ticker on the side of your specific booth, and it lists the arrow flying at 300 meters per second. The other thing that happens is every bone in your arm wearing the bracelet is shattered.
Ouch!
And you're going to take 1d6. need to put physical dice in front of me. You're going to take 4 damage as your arm is shattered. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I suppose I should have said not to actually shoot it. But this is data. This is good data. Fuck, how you feeling?
She takes a knee and just starts cursing.
Yeah, your whole, like, the arm is just ruined right now. All right. Now, normally we don't really deal with that kind of shit. We just let it heal on its own, but that's on me. I should have told you not to do anything. All right, take this slip. And he starts furiously, like, writing something. All right, take this slip. Head to the med bay. And they'll fix that thing right up for you. Again, my bad. That's on me.
As he hands it to her, like, her eyes snap to his, and there's just absolute murder in her eyes.
Understandable. I mean, you did basically fire a magical bazooka, so that was cool, right?
She's going to snatch the slip from him. Show me the way to this med bay.
Yeah. And he gives you some instructions on how to get there. Explains that he now has to go recover some D classes. So they will not be able to join you. As you head over to the medical bay, there is a doctor working there right now, and a few nurses. There seems to be one person with a strange, large, blistery bubble forming on the entirety of their bicep. There's another person who just seems to have a bunch of little cat scratches all over their fucking hands and arms and face and shit. And there is another person just chatting with a nurse nearby, saying something about allergies. One of the nurses looks up and sees the dangly condition of your arm. Jesus, what happened?
What was the name of the handler I had?
You were with Colonel Mathers.
Okay. She responds, Colonel Mathers.
Oh, D-class, got it. All right. Well, fuck, I guess, would you like to sit on a table, us check it out?
She will approach the table, hand them the slip, and say, did you refer to me as D-class?
I did, yes. Interesting, though. Huh.
I am not D-class.
Sure. So, you're lucky. Cool. All right, that is going to be a lot of paperwork. Fuck. And the nurse, stands up and heads over to the doctor, and they start saying some shit. The doctor looks confused and looks over, and is just for that? Really? You have a limited number of these things, right? All right, fuck. Yeah, he outranks me. Fucking task force shit. And goes to a cabinet and pulls out a nondescript looking pill bottle. Pop it open, take out one plain red, pressed pill, and offers it to you. Have you ever had to take SCP 500 before?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, just here's a glass of water if you need it. It's just a pill. You take it. It's going to solve all your problems for you.
She's going to, just sort of stare at it for a second and then, give him a look and say, if this kills me, it will kill you first. And then she'll just put it in her mouth.
What does that even mean? All right, and so you take this pill, you swallow, and the doctor just all right, you're free to go then. And they all just kind of leave you be, they're not going to tend to you anymore.
Her arm is still dangly.
As you look down, you get a weird feeling in your body. I don't know how to describe the feeling of bones rapidly resetting themselves. But over the course of the next 5 minutes, Your arm, every bone is sliding itself back into place. All of any torn ligaments, everything. You are in perfect healed condition. Alright, we used 1 of SCP 500. Tick.
Holy shit. I hate that.
But yeah, the nurse like is looking at a clipboard and looks over like, what are you still doing here? You're done. You're good. Did you need something else? Is there like internal damage?
No. She'll
Good. I mean, if there was any, and they should be gone.
She hops down, and then starts to leave, and then like turns back to the nurse and says, "Inform the doctor. G class, not D."
What? G class? What the fuck is a G class?
She leaves.
G class. Okay. Let's see here. The first day of testing went by mostly uneventful. After the resetting of SCP-6965-2's arm, they returned to Colonel Mathers to test another handful of weapons, most of them non-anomalous, merely to test the potential of SCP-6965-2. The tests continue on for another hour with SCP the Robot 1508, and a lot of data was acquired. The doctor was appreciative of the assistance of SCP-6965-3, and it was noted in the report. Other than that, the SCP-1025 group is returned to their cells and or individual rooms, besides the D-class that had undergone an autopsy. It is to note that it seems that there were no cancerous growths or any signs of lung cancer inside the body of the cadaver. Same word. Further testing needs to be done in order to determine what happened to the symptoms. Where is my filter? Okay, so a day or two pass like this. You are brought out, handed an anomaly, the same one for Maggie, different weapons for Revna, 1025 again for Klifton and Bucky. Bucky reads the common cold, and as they are reading, the camera notes that moisture is forming around the nose of Bucky, and they sniff and wipe at it. Someone reads liver disease and is taken away for an autopsy as well. It seems that the liver is fine. The D-class is not. There are off times, like off hours, and Bucky is even brought out of their D cell, as well as Revna, and allowed to wander the yard. There's a mixture of D and C class in here. Like, not as many D as C. It looks like D class people need to get special privileges to like come out here. But besides a pair of security guards that are at the door to the yard, and one scientist that is talking to the security guards, it's just what looks like fellow civilians and D class. And the four of you individually look around and scan like the crowds and manage to pick each other out in your time of free time.
Hell yeah. Before we get into free time, would this be a good spot for a break?
Sure.
Okay. So, we're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless this is grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Hell, you could even join us on the Discord. It's super easy. Single click, find in the description of this video down below, or in the Twitch chat to the side. It's a great time. But, speaking of great times, again, we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place. All right, everybody. See you soon! And we're back! Hello, everybody. We have returned. It's casual time. It's free time, apparently, in our SCP game, which is great, because Bucky's been having a time. You can tell that, like, he hasn't been getting good sleep. He's still handsome as all get out, but, like, something, like, his eyes are a little bit more, like, sunken than before.
And Klifton, you've been watching that development as they've been making the tests. You've noticed that as every time that someone read from that book, whatever topic they read, you would notice symptoms, or at least it was logged that there were symptoms. But based on the doctor's autopsy reports, at least for the people who had like cancerous growths or poisoning or whatever, nothing.
Yeah, symptoms, but no direct evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bucky never got any spots or anything. He was just itchy.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Maggie and Revna are here as well.
I think Bucky would, like, come up to the other two and just be like, oh my god, guys, these, like, I haven't seen anyone in what feels like forever. Are your cells comfortable? Are they keeping you well? Mine's really, like, dark and kind of scary, and I can hear people.
Yeah, you look like shit. You good?
No! No, they keep having me read from this weird book, and I could get butt cancer from reading this weird book. And then the people who do get, like, they say, like, lung cancer or, like, kidney failure or whatever they read from the book, I never see those people again. You have to get me out of the book. I don't want to be in the book anymore. What are you doing? Like, what do they have you guys doing? I know what Klifton's doing. He's, like, telling us that, like, they're watching us read the book.
You said that your cell is uncomfortable?
Yes! It's, like, dark. It's like I'm in jail, but, like, I've never been in jail. This is worse than jail, because I'm here now!
Revna seems to think on this. Then why is her cell so comfortable?
They said that, like, we're all, like, D class or something. Like, we're disposable. Like, I think that's what it means. That's, like, what one of the dudes who was, like, I don't know, he said something like he was, like, on death row. Like, I think they got me in there with some really bad guys.
You indeed are in with some bad guys.
What the? Breathe in, breathe out. Namaste.
Okay, well, that's how Bucky's doing. How are the rest of you doing? I've seen you around Klifton.
I mean, other than having to watch individuals die, and technically Bucky's been playing a game of Russian roulette with a book, I'm doing okay. It's just an existence that I'm currently experiencing. But, yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay, and Revna?
I was possessed by a spirit and it destroyed my arm.
Okay. You know, a mixed bag of experiences, it seems.
But, like, what have you been doing?
Oh, I've been hanging out with Mickey the entire time.
Who's
Mikey?
Mickey?
Oh, you know, Mikey down in do you guys not like go to the warehouse?
They don't let me go anywhere except for the book room.
My card only allows me in places where they send me.
I mean, same here. Yeah, Mikey, he's a shore buddy. I don't. Maybe you guys had him in your universes. I've never seen this little guy. He's just like a robot that we're experimenting with. Cool dude. Cool dude for a robot. That is weird, but cool.
Does it talk?
No. He just helps. Likes to help.
Helper bot.
Yeah, shorebot. Yeah.
Chore bot.
I don't think I had chore buddies.
Oh, neither did I. It seems like it'd be nice. It's very, very useful.
Random side thing. What's Maggie's last name, if you have one?
Who's asking?
The DM.
I don't have one.
Okay, it's just Maggie. Gotcha.
It's a very Maggie response, though.
I mean, do you have anything else you can do, Bucky?
I asked them if they had a jazzercise place, because like I was like I led jazzercise for like a few times, and they said no. I asked if they had Zumba, they said no. I asked if they had like any SCPs that were like a car or something, because like I'm real good at driving, and they said we'll think about it. And then they kind of like left me hanging on that one, and then they said like they were asking me about like how long I could like keep my eyes open, and I think it's because they just like want to get like a really good look at these peepers, but like they're gonna have like a really hard time with that if they keep pushing me as hard as they have been, because like I'm like my bed's uncomfortable, it's dark, people are like really rude, and it's kind of scary. I think this is one of those like gen pop, like maybe like a prince and a pauper kind of thing. Like I'm a prince and I'm with all these paupers. Okay, I think that this is wrong. I don't think I'm where I'm supposed to be. I think I'm supposed to be like hanging out with like Chorbot and stuff, like with you guys.
So
There must have been something wrong.
am I gonna have to tell him, or are you gonna tell him? So Bucky, pal, buddy.
Yeah, no, we're friends.
Yeah, absolutely, we're friends, and I'm coming to you as a friend, you know.
Okay.
So we're in a place where, how do I say this?
You have no skills or redeeming qualities.
Yeah, if you aren't good at anything, they don't give a shit about you. They'll just throw you to the dogs, or SCPs, I guess, in this case.
No, but like I'm good at a lot of stuff. It's just not stuff that's like happening right now or here. Like I give really good hugs, and nobody is like asking me about that.
Yeah, that's a problem. Have you ever like?
I've been told I'm a really good listener.
Have you ever had to like make a resume? Gone to some career advancements?
Wait, is that how you pronounce it?
At least where I'm
resume.
From. You know, I don't know about your, you know, whatever it's called where you come from. You know, there's no judgment here. But did you ever do one? You know, write down the things you're good at?
Oh, I wrote down stuff I was good at all the time.
Mm-hmm. Did you give this to any, you know,
I gave it
jobs?
to Claire. No, what?
No,
like that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like write a bunch of stuff that you're good at, and then you're supposed to give that to the people that you care about. And so that's what I did. And then like normally for like jobs and stuff, that was when you wrote out stuff that you were good at, but then you also listed who your parents were. And then when you handed your thing over, they would take a look at it and they would read through it, and then they would let you know you're hired. Like, it was never hard getting work. And like jobs, like all jobs are super easy. Like they usually, like most jobs, they just had you like sit around and like talk to people and choose the music that was going on that day, or like watch a movie. Like, it's so many jobs. Like, they could be like a chemical engineer or geologist or wildfire expert, and they all just have you like sitting around watching movies all the time. Like, you're not doing anything. I don't know why people think these jobs like require schooling or like super hard or anything.
Does it surprise anyone else that he is a beneficiary of nepotism?
No, not even a little bit.
Is that like when you're afraid of caves?
No. That you put up your hand real quick for me, Bucky. Show me your palm right there.
Nepotism, is that like the website with all those cute animals?
No, it's like when you look at my hand and then look at your hand.
Yeah, your hand's pretty big. Like, you're tall,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
Yeah, and your hand's soft as a baby's bottom.
I was told I could be a model.
Yeah. Mine have seen hard work every day of my life, and yours haven't. And that's your downfall here, buddy. That's your downfall here.
During this conversation, there's a ping on the intercom that would D6965-1 and is this a typo? G6965-2 and Mr. Kai and Maggie, please report to room 138. Once again, SCP-6965-1. Are you not absolutely sure on this? It's not a D class? Not D? G6965-2. I don't. And Mr. Kai and Maggie, please go to room 138. Thank you.
Before we leave the yard, Klifton just gives Bucky a hug, and then steps back and just says, "Well, I'll put in for good hugs. I'll put that on my next report."
Thank you. I'm glad someone's listening to me around here.
And you could tell it's more of a "Jesus, you're gonna die" kind of hug. Everyone else can anyway, and so it was kind of a goodbye because there's no way you're making it through this, kind of thing. He doesn't say it, but that's what the hug is for. And then proceeds to go towards the room.
Revna looks down at Bucky and says, "It does not matter how well the fish can swim when it is asked to fly."
The stone in the hand is worth 2 birds in a bush.
She just puts a hand on his shoulder. "You are being asked to fly." And then sort of pushes him a little bit as she walks away.
As I pass by, I'm like, maybe like work out a little bit. Maybe that'll work out in your favor. I don't know, man. It's real tough out here.
In an effort to test the potential of the anomalies known as SCP-6965, Dr. Palmer recommended combining them together as a research group in order to see how their cohesion operates while working on anomalies. It is to note that junior researcher Allen and Sergeant Foley will be supervising them during their investigations. This is the video of the interrogation room where Dr. Palmer passes the job off to them. So you all arrive at this room, and you see Dr. Palmer is like already inside their room. They got a couple of like folders next to them. They are petting what looks like a mound of peanut butter, just this orange brown blob, and there are 2 black circles that look like someone just booped 2 pieces of coal into it. And it has a bit of a face and some Kirby pseudopods. And they're petting it and just kind of waiting for y'all.
What's the sergeant's name?
Sergeant Foley.
Walk in.
Oh, all right. Good. You heard the call. How are y'all doing? I know it's been interesting testing the last few days. Some good data, though.
Well, I think that there's been a mistake, because, like, I'm just like looking at a book all day, and sometimes I get itchy, but it couldn't be chickenpox because it's not in the shape of chickens. And Maggie's like, she's like hanging out like a chores robot. So I think.
Oh, you mean Mikey?
Mistake.
Well, if you believe so, we can file some papers for that. In the meantime, while we're having this conversation, just for your own help, would you like to hold this? And Dr. Palmer picks up the ball of peanut butter and plucks it off of the table. Like, there's some residue remaining, but most of it comes. Here, put this in your lap. Just have it there. It's. Don't worry. It's not as messy as it seems.
Oh, hello, guy.
As you are like, oops, I just shut off the music. That's all right. As you are handed this creature, you get this like overwhelming sense of calm. You feel suddenly like centered for the first time since you've been in the facility, and for some odd reason, it's like that serotonin you get from just being around a kitten, but like cranked up to the max.
Oh, hey. Namaste, little man.
Excellent. All right, that seemed to do well. Yeah. That is SCP-999. We like to call it the Tickle Monster. But so we've had the 4 of you mostly separated. I know due to head count, we had to have Klifton and Bucky operating in the same testing facility. But we were thinking about putting all of you together as a research team. We would like to combine your skills back together, see how you operate in the field, kind of like try and get you a little bit of autonomy so we can like work on, in Bucky's case, you know, we can work on changing of ranks and privileges. Tell me about your experiences so far. What have you all been doing here? I've been very busy, so I haven't been able to check in with everyone.
I've been watching volunteers die and suffer disease symptoms.
Disease symptoms? You say volunteers. Are you talking about a junior researcher?
No, D-class individuals.
Well, they are not, I wouldn't call it voluntary for those ones, but understandable, all right. Doing some medical research, it seems.
And, dear Bucky sort of volunteered. He didn't struggle or fight. So all of them seem to accept their lot in existence. So I mean, maybe that should and he just kind of mutters off and starts doing a philosophical loop chart, like rise up the proletariat, you know, in his head, like, why are they just walking to their doom, you know? So yeah, the acceptance of their doomed existence is weighing heavy on Kai.
Bucky is D-class.
Yes.
And there is no such thing as G-class.
It's more of a oh gosh, how would I put it? It's like it's like a corporal in the army, you know, it's like an honorary rank. You still have mostly the same privileges as a D class, but we did want to note your potential and didn't want you assigned to any particularly hazardous tasks before we got to get our data.
It's a lateral promotion.
I understand the concept of ranking. I am asking if G class exists.
Oh, on paper, yes, it's not used very often. It is a real rank.
Is it my rank?
If you want, you can give me a psychology check.
That's not gonna go great, but yes, I'm willing to oblige. I got that's so close. I got a 12, which is a squeak failure.
Spend a luck point.
Oh, you're right.
You can do that.
Perhaps I will. Do you have to meet to beat?
Yeah.
All right, I will spend 2 luck points to squeak that into a success.
All right. Remember, when it comes to luck, magic, or sanity, to memorize your current max until that changes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you read Dr. Palmer very well as they're talking to you, and it seems that they are sincere about the rank existing, but it does seem to be kind of a playful pet rank for D class. Like they gave it to you because they didn't want you to get dead.
Bless. D is for disposable. G is for guard.
G is for graduation. You know, we're graduating you on to better stuff, better tasks. I noticed that we spent one of SCP-500 on you. That's very interesting. I wonder if Colonel Mathers has a bit of an attachment to you. That'd be interesting. That'd be fun. I'm gonna have to bug him about that. So, task research team, what do you think? So, with your current skills, we would like Klifton, you to assist Dr. Allen as a junior researcher. Maggie, you will be a junior technician. And then for the time being, Bucky, I am sorry, you are still going to be a D class, but it's looking like that should be ending very soon. There is one more thing that they need you to do before we put you on the task force, so you'll have to do that, and then I will get your C class paperwork done, and I promise that's happening.
Yeah, that's fine. He says, and he's just like, so like, hey there, little guy. Like, whatever you tell Bucky in this moment, he's super cool with. It doesn't matter to him. He has a peanut butter.
Fucking Tickle Monster's so cute. All right. And then, Revna, you're going to keep your security role and be basically help making sure everyone else stays mostly safe and alive during the research.
As long as I receive clear instruction, I'm sure I will do fine.
Oh, absolutely. If you become a research team, you will get any data that we have gathered for your SCP assignment, and any questions that you have to ask or any resources you might need, you can ask, and we will do our best to get them to you.
She sort of raises a finger.
Mm-hmm.
I know your language. I have not learned to read it. Can I receive resources on how to learn such a thing?
I've got just the thing for you. Don't you worry. Do you know how to use a computer, actually?
I do.
Yeah. Does Revna know how to use a computer?
She knows how to use about 5% of a computer.
Okay. Well, then, Bucky, if you would do us a favor, we have a wonderful educational computer program that can help get Revna up to speed in a very impressive pace. But they're going to need someone to help them through it.
Yeah, okay. As long as you have, like, Mavis Bacon or Rita Rabbit or something, like, I can definitely help.
Oh, don't worry, it's better than that. It is just the greatest. It's fun.
Oh, cool.
But yes, so I have here, now I should talk about like the types of jobs we're talking about here. I have a list of SCPs that need to be researched. And I know the numbers mean nothing to you, so we've added also little playful titles, you know, from what little data that we've managed to gather on these things. I'd like to list a few of them off. Tell me if any of them sound interesting to you as a group. If it sounds like something that y'all would be interested in investigating for us, poking, prodding, writing down stuff, maybe putting on a scale, that kind of stuff. So we have, well, here I was going to do SCP-154, but it looks like Colonel Mathers had Revna tested out earlier preemptively, so we're gonna just set that one aside. We have SCP-348. We like to call it a gift from Dad. There is an item that just came in from another site, SCP-427, Lovecraftian Locket, they call it. That sounds spooky, right? There is an SCP-662, the Butler Bell. SCP-004, it is 12 keys and a door. And SCP-1471, Mallow, version 1.0.0. And I can, if you're curious about any of those titles, I can try and give you some answers to that. Most of these have not been researched yet, so you would have to be taking point on that for us.
Out of character, can you give those to us in writing?
The names and the numbers?
Yeah.
I wrote them all down. I can post
Nice.
that. Yeah.
I was writing them, but I missed a few.
I also missed a few. 2203, find the right one for you. And 3636, world's greatest jukebox.
These all sound frightening.
But yes, it seems that all of these items need to be analyzed in some way. They pose either a safe or Euclid classification, so I feel like that's fair. You know, for your first project, we don't need a high body count on y'all for your first day as, you know, officials.
What was the classification of those bracelets?
Oh, that is a Euclid.
I see.
I since you're going to be, you know, researching and nominating classification, I should explain those to you. So we have a collection of classification terms in the SCP Foundation. They help us determine the safety levels of the object. We have the SCP classification of neutralized or explained if the object happens to get destroyed or we find a normal metaphysical reason for its existence. Then we have SCP safe designation. These are SCPs that either have been proven to be beneficial in some way, are willing to be contained, or are non-harmful in any way to people. Euclid, with, you know, Euclidean geometry joke. These are objects that are dangerous. They can cause harm. Revna, you have the misfortune of experiencing that. They can cause death. They can cause great destruction. But the big thing is that they can be contained. currently we know that they can be contained, I should say. So if we give something a Euclid class, it doesn't mean it's, you know, safe or dangerous. It just means that we know a way to contain it for now. Then there is the Keter class, which is too dangerous. We have not been able to figure out how to contain. Thaumiel. These are reality bending or magic, we can call it. Magic items, magic things. These are Thaumiel. Thaumiel items can be Euclid or Keter too. We also have Arcane, which are things that should not be contained. That's a rare case. That don't even worry about that, I think. Unless you end up like 05 counts or something. That'd be wild. But yeah. Arcane means we don't do our job. We don't do what we do here. Does that make sense?
I am following.
That's good. All right. Do we have any questions, or any of these particular jobs sound interesting? Do you like the idea of being a task force together? Or research team, rather?
Yeah, that sounds great.
We've experienced things before and can trust each other.
Bucky
That's good. That's what we're hoping on.
Bucky has one more job before this.
Yes, they currently have a shift at SCP-173. But once they're done with Peanut, they'll be able to join the research group.
She points at the peanut butter. He's doing it now.
Oh, no, see, that's... I know it looks like peanut butter, but that's organic matter. That's SCP-999. We are talking about SCP-173.
Well,
Don't worry, it's not a research job or anything. We just need some janitorial help, and they'll be back right after that.
She takes a long sigh and then says, "Yes, I suppose."
My vote's for the jukebox.
I thought in honor of your loss, Bucky, we should maybe try to find the right one for you.
You did mention, I believe, let me just flip through my notes real quick. Just Claire, was it?
Yeah.
I am sorry for your loss, or I mean, it's missing, so lost, presumed dead. That is terrible.
Oh. No, that wouldn't happen. Like, she's like fine. Probably. I don't think she was in the IKEA after dark, so like she's probably, you know, just like hanging out at home, waiting for me to come back. I always came crawling back though, to be fair.
Of course. So, jukebox, find the right one for you.
Yeah. Okay, my vote,
Anything
yeah.
else sound interesting? Maggie, Revna, I haven't heard you weigh in on any of these SCPs.
Revna looks to Maggie.
Do you want me to quickly go through that list again, too, as a refresher?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like that.
Okay.
There's also a list of them in our Discord chat. I wrote them all down with the corresponding SCPs and titles.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. So, yes, we've got
Gift from Dad.
yeah, a gift from Dad, Lovecraftian Locket, Butler Bell, 12 Keys and a Door, Mallow version 1.0.0, Find the Right One for You, World's Greatest Jukebox.
Sure. My vote's on Find the Right One for You.
It seems that we're looking forward to helping Bucky deal with their relationship issues. It's honorable. And so far, our testing has been. We've done some light testing so far, Maggie. You might have run across it in the workshop, just to make sure it wasn't going to cause any like imminent danger to the facility. But we do look forward to testing that more.
Should be fun.
All right, so I'll put that down as your first assignment. Okay. So in Revna and Bucky's cases, you are going to be moved from your current cells and put over in C lodging. If you're comfortable with the bed you have now, Revna, we can move that as well. Otherwise, we do have like more modern mattresses if you'd like one.
Can I have both?
Sure. We can. You know what? We'll bring the mattress in. You can put it on. We'll put it on the floor. You can choose what to do with it from there.
I would like both.
All right. So you are now Research Team 17 Alpha. This is a temporary title while you're here on this facility. Oh, wow. I almost forgot. And he slams like the paperwork next to them. So I do have upcoming reassignment papers. It is pending the success of your research, but so you wouldn't be working here permanently, obviously. I'm technically supposed to be focusing on 3008. We just got a lot of stuff moving through from here to other sites, so I got a little busy. But you all, if everything works out, we're talking about moving you to Site 11. That would be great. That's a lot more like privileges for you all. Free reign of walking around in the community, you know, shops to go to, movies to see, all that kind of stuff.
Exciting.
Isn't it?
Looking forward to it.
They look down at like a pager on their hip. Oh, okay. It looks like you're due for cleaning duty, Bucky. So we will get Revna's new room set up. Klifton, Maggie, you can continue relaxing. It's still time off. And Bucky, if you can go to SCP-173's containment facility, and once that's done, I'll meet you back at your old room, the cell, and to someplace better.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Welcome to the team, everyone. I'm glad that we're advancing and we're working together. I think this is fun. So
Bye, little fella. And he'll hand Tickle Monster back, and like as his fingers lets go, that internal rise in anxiety is just like, oh, what the fuck? What is that?
So Revna, Maggie, and Klifton are like free to go and wander about and relax, get some snack action, whatever. Bucky is going to head to SCP-173. Let's focus on that for now. All right. Before the research team is fully assembled, there was one final task for D6965-1. They were assigned to SCP-173 duty the night prior, and due to the shortages of D-Class on the site, they needed to continue maintaining that schedule. So, Bucky, you walk into... Actually, let me change this around a little bit. We're going to go for... You go into this room. There are 2 other D classes waiting outside the room with you, as well as 1 security guard and 1 scientist. As you approach, the scientist looks up. Oh, all right, there's the 3rd. Cool. All right, so show of hands. Who has done 173 duty before? One of the D class raises their hand. The other one does not. Just you then? Just no? Okay. All right, so let me explain how this is going to work. So we have your janitorial equipment here. Mop bucket, water, all that. There is a lot of blood and fecal matter on the floor in the room we're going to open up for you. And you are going to take turns cleaning that up for us. There is an object, SCP-173, in the room. There are specific instructions on how to do this. Please follow them to the letter. I do not need to deal with the cleanup and paperwork. All right. Eye contact needs to be maintained at all times on SCP-173. What that means is someone needs to be actively observing this at any time. One of the three of you, we're being raided. One of the three of you will be operating the mop and bucket. The other two of you, and you can choose who does which, need to be staring at this thing at all times. If one of you needs to blink, please let the other one know so that you don't accidentally synchronize when you are not observing this creature. If you can do this, if you can continue to observe this thing the entire time the cleaning is worked on, should be incredibly painless. Any questions?
Nose goes. And he like looks at the other two D-class members.
I'm mopping. The one person who raised their hand puts their hand up. I'm mopping. I'm not doing it this time. I can't fucking, that shit hurts my eyes, and I would rather die with my back to it. Oh, okay then. All right, so sounds like we got the mop volunteer. What is the nose goes?
Oh, whoever like puts their finger to their nose last, they get stuck with a shit job. But he seems really happy about cleaning up shit, so like, that's fine.
All right, fantastic. All right, so then I am going to go back to the observation room. I have some things to do, so I'm going to be not looking at any of the camera feeds. This is why the two of you need to continue maintaining eye contact. You will be alone in there because staff needs to rotate. All right. When we open this door, all three of you will proceed in, take any instructions that you hear on the intercom. Good luck. And the doctor heads to a door next to these large like hangar door that you are standing outside of. There's a door next to it that the researcher and the security guard go into. An intercom turns on. You hear, "Stand by for door opening." Door opening in 3, 2. Doors start to like very slowly, like 2-ton fucking door. Slab of metal slides open, and you're hit with like a waft of refuse and rot. And can you make me a, what is it called? A Constitution check?
Constitution. Okay. Okay. That is a... So my Constitution's a 65. I got a 24. I succeeded by over 40. I succeeded by almost 40.
So if you look in your, for future reference, you have 3 sets of numbers in any of your skills. The first number is the bar to succeed. The second number, if you roll lower than that, it's called a hard success.
Hard success, then.
So that does mean, in terms of things like combat or narrative, you can succeed with a little bit extra. But in this case, you manage to just hold your stomach content down as the door fully opens. And inside, standing with its back facing towards the gate, is a... How tall is it? I got a measurement here, right? It's like a 1.7, 1.6 meter tall concrete statue. Its general shape is that of a standard peanut. It has legs and arms. No features on the hands or feet or anything. They are just nubs. And there seems to be a strange face painted on it, 2 large green bulbs, as well as reds and white, creating a strange, horrific visage of a face. I also need a sanity check from Bucky.
Okay. And your mic is being throttled by Zoom again, just so you know. sanity. My sanity's a 70. I rolled a 58 for a success.
All right, so you suffer no damage as you see this creature. The intercom chimes on again. All right, please proceed into the room. And D classes assigned to watch, please stand on opposite corners.
As they're going in, Bucky just like, I'm Bucky, by the way. It's nice to meet you.
Bill, Ted.
Oh my god, you guys are like heroes where I come from.
I killed like 35 people. I don't think that's true. So the three of y'all walk in. Bill grabs them up and pushes it in. You notice, the two, you and the other D-class notice that Bill is just like fucking wide-eyed staring at this thing. Since I'm only D-class now, I can take off the SCP glasses. And yeah, Bill is just, well, getting the bucket into place. All right, y'all at your corners?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Making sure I don't fucking die.
What?
You looking at the thing?
No, I'm looking at you. What the fuck are you
Don't
talking
look at me,
about?
look at the fucking thing!
Okay. He looks back. Wait, so like, so if we don't look at this thing, we die?
Yeah.
No, that has to be a mistake.
No, it's not, and I would really appreciate making it through this, so stare at that fucking thing this whole time, please, and thank you.
Oh my god, this is why they asked me if I was able to hold my eyes open for a really long time.
Ted's like, it's cool, man. Remember, they just said, like, we just gotta fucking, you and me, we're just gonna let each other know when we gotta blink.
You cleaned that shit up so fast right now. Oh my god.
So he does get to work and starts mopping, and your eyes become like drier and drier as you're trying to stare at this thing. And you hear Ted go, I'm gonna blink. Are you good? Can you good for a sec?
Yeah.
All right, I'm blinking. Oh my god. Okay. I'm good.
Okay. I'm still holding out.
Can you make me another Constitution?
Yeah.
As you try and keep your eyeballs open.
Gotta fucking hope I can. Oh boy, that's a 92.
At 92. All right.
Yes.
Although you did say you were good with confidence, you happened to blink at the same time you gave the go-ahead for Ted to blink. And just that moment, just that single, like 2 frames of a video game fucking moment, suddenly you are now a foot away from this thing, and it is facing towards you. Its little nubby's out. Its body doesn't move or change shape in any way, but the statue is now right fucking there. You said you were good, man. You said you were good. Move.
What the hell?
Okay, all right, it's cool. All right, stay cool, stay groovy. I need a sanity check though.
Yeah. That is a 29 out of 70. I'm good.
Nice. All right. So you will not take any brain damage for now. And yeah, all right, just when I say I'm gonna blink though, like you can't do it, all right? You can't.
Yeah, no, I totally get it now. We are on the same
I'm gonna do it right
page.
now. I'm gonna do it right now,
Okay.
Okay. Oh god damn. All right, make me another Constitution check. At this point, as y'all are shouting, like you do hear the sounds of like furious mopping and splashing as the guy is just, as Bill is just going to town on this room.
I rolled a 98.
I have a question. Is your constitution below 50?
No, it's 65.
Okay, good. That means you didn't fumble.
Yeah, there's that. Because as you blink again at the same time as Ted, you hear a meaty cracking sound. At the same time, your eyes open and a slump Ted falls to the ground, their neck contorted and head backwards, as it looks like someone just rotated its head 180 degrees, and they are on the ground, and Bill is just paused now. Oh, fuck me.
There's a new spot you need to clean, Broseph.
I am almost done, but I gotta look away for a second, okay?
Don't you do this to me. Okay, how about
need
this?
you
How about this?
to do it.
How about you let me blink like right now, and then there's no way I won't not blink when after I'm done blinking.
Okay, yeah, blink it out.
Does winking
got
count?
this.
Oh god, okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna
Ugh.
grab
Oh,
my
God, it feels so much
grab my
better.
mop bucket.
Okay.
I gotta turn my head. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I have to turn my head.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, don't fuck me on this.
Look, I'm not trying to fuck anybody right now. Okay, I was saving myself for marriage.
Just gonna do this real quick, and like he turns to like grab at the mop. Constitution check. Come on, you fucking got this.
26. That is a hard success.
Okay, yeah, you are just not. Your like eyelids are like receding into your skull as you are just not letting this happen. And he's like Bill just slides sideways across the room. All right, I'm just gonna get mopping to where push Ted's fucking body. Fuck, move Ted's body. Fuck,
Why
I gotta
did they
look
have
down.
this
I gotta look
thing?
down at it, man. I gotta do it. I gotta
I
look
know
down.
you do. I believe
All
in
right.
you.
All right, I'm gonna do it on 3. Okay. All right. 1.
Wait, is it 3, 2, 1, go or 1, 2, 3?
No, oh fuck! I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 on 3.
Just do it! Get in there!
1, 2, 3, and like turns and shoves Ted to get at the like bloody streak underneath him. Constitution.
I'm gonna use different dice. Just because, like, I can't do the first set. They fucked me the second one. I'm feeling good about, but oh boy, nervous. A 13, which is the like lowest it can go for successes on this.
Okay, so you got a critical success.
I got a crit success.
Nice. So very quickly, Bill runs over and scrubs on the fucking ground. Like they don't even like stand up to do the mop bucket. They just grab the mop head and go to town for a sec. And as soon as it's done, he like kicks the bucket towards the door and he's like, "We're fucking done! We're done! Open up! We're done! We're done!" And with that, you hear on the intercom, "Stand by." Opening the door in 3, 2, 1. And the door is opening. Please maintain eye contact and walk backwards towards the exit. Actually, if one of you could obtain the D-class that has expired and remove it from the room with you. Dude, I can't.
No,
I can't. I've looked away. What the fuck is nose goes? Fuck you. All right, fuck you. I got this. Please keep looking. I'm gonna run over there. I'm just gonna fucking fireman carry that thing back, but I need you to look the whole time, okay?
Stop fucking talking about it. Just do it.
And he's gonna run in there. Constitution check as he fucking runs, like rolls on top of the fucking corpse of Ted and like picks him up and starts to carry him out.
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh God, I swear to God, if you kill Bill right now.
No. I know that we talked about in character creation and all of those such a things that double zeros is not a 100. It is instead the lowest on the dice.
Yeah.
Does
Yes,
that count
that is-
towards anything else? Because I just rolled zeros.
Nice. That is an extreme success.
Extreme.
Yeah, no, you are no longer even able to blink. It feels like your skin is just fighting you. And as Bill runs out of the room and he slams his back on the wall next to you, fucking Ted's still on Bill's shoulders. He just stares continually while the door slowly closes.
Yeah, and you see that Bucky is just like watching it as it goes down. Like,
Nice, smart. And then the door finally closes. And the security guard opens the door from the side and steps out, gestures towards the dead body. Bring that down to disposal. You're all done here. Thank you for that.
Finds the nearest wastebasket. Just.
You're free to go. You have something to do with Dr. Palmer. I don't know. I'm done here. I'm going on lunch. The security guard just leaves. Done.
You see, Bucky just like sits down, his hands over his head, and he's just like you can hear between sobs. Just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, stay, breathe in.
24. Maggie, you are wandering the hallways and you hear Bucky whimpering, and as you round a corner, you see them just like slump in the corner.
As I see that, I'm like, oh fuck, shit. And like I start backing away slowly, but then I'm like, it sounds more and more pathetic as I slowly back away, and I'm like, son of a fuck. Okay. Mike is prepared you for this. Okay. Hey, buddy!
Someone died, and it was because I blinked.
That's rough.
We didn't know it was ghosts. We didn't know it was ghosts. And look at the monster.
A nose.
I want to play with the robot next time.
It's actually really like intensive research. Anyways, look, hey, let's just get you up off the ground. Let's like move you to another place. You know, change of scenery.
He's dead. The Stone Peanut Man killed him. It was like the Planters mascot, but evil. I want Revna.
I don't think she wants you right now. You know what? Let's just go outside. Let's deep breath of air, nice fresh air. You know, in and out.
Deep breath in, hold, deep breath out. Namaste.
Yep. Come on. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. How's the working out been going?
I don't care anymore. Stone Peanut Man's gonna kill me. He's gonna come for me if I close my eyes. I can't. You have to look. You have to be watching. Someone has to be watching all the time now. Stone Peanut Man will get you too.
Yeah, the Stone Peanut Man comes
CP-173.
Yeah.
And you will notice that when he says SCP, he says it as CP. He doesn't, like, they're two different things to him.
Am I correct in assuming that Bucky has not lost any sanity?
No, he hasn't.
He has lost no sanity points.
No, he's just the best.
They're just extra.
This is just him at full sanity, huh?
This is max sanity, Bucky.
Oh boy.
Yep. All right, buddy. Hey, what's your favorite snack? You know, I've got a little bit of pool in the cafeteria. You know, I could maybe get you something you'd like.
Do they have tiger milk bars?
They have something that sounds kind of similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get you some of those bars. Come on. Let's get away from here.
The two of you enter into the canteen, and you see Klifton, Revna, Colonel Mathers, and two other security guards sitting at a table, chatting. You hear like Colonel Mathers, all right, so I forgot that this kid was new, so I didn't tell them not to actually shoot the thing, right? And so, boom! Badass explosion! Fucking broken ass arm. But look at it! Show us the arm. Look at that shit. It's perfectly fixed. That's so cool. Man, I'm glad that actually worked out. Usually they don't fucking take my requests.
Next time I'll make sure to point it at you first.
I mean, that's fair. But do get fucked. What's up with your friend? They look like actual shit.
Revna looks past him and seems a bit disappointed to see that Bucky survived. And she just kind of like breathes slowly out, and then she says, "The fish is learning to fly."
I'm looking at you
What?
guys with such a desperation of get this away from me. I don't want to be here right now. I don't know what I'm doing.
child on
Like-
an airplane.
I think that Revna pushes Klifton.
Yeah, and Klifton goes and puts an arm around him. There's like,
Oh, there's a moment where like you have like arms out ready to embrace Bucky, and Bucky also has arms out going towards you, and he just walks right by you to try and hug Revna. To find the biggest, strongest thing that he can and attach themselves. Oh yeah, there's a stone peanut. It was kill Ted.
Arms out, like wrists limp.
Like
And she,
there's
like-
mucus and tears coming out of every. Well, he's
Couple of chuckles from the security guards as they're watching this.
She
I'll try
looks to
to-
Klifton for guidance.
yeah, I'll try to peel him off and be like, "Come on."
You have to watch. You have to always be watching, Revna.
And then he pulls out his necklace and he's like, "Just kind of watch the necklace. Just relax
Oh, it's
and
shiny.
focus on the necklace."
Yeah,
And
give me
if
that
I
hypnosis
need,
check.
if I need
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
I'll
Do
hit
it.
him with the hypnosis. All right.
Wait, can I just actively fail this?
There's always consequences to success
Okay.
and fails in Call of Cthulhu.
And that is a success. I just don't know what level. A normal success.
All right, good. Make sure to mark the
Oh,
success.
yep.
In case we haven't been doing that, anyone who's made successful skill checks, don't forget to mark them for end of session.
Hey, calm down. Calm down. The peanut's not gonna get you, Bucky. You're not in the room. The stone peanut is secure. That's what the SCP does. They keep these things away. They
Mr.
keep
Planter
the
can't get me.
monsters. He can't get you. You're safe.
I imagine Bucky and Klifton are sort of distracted by each other right now, but Maggie is the most likely candidate to see that Revna is just staring daggers at Klifton.
Yeah, I probably took him away from that table because he needs to focus, and I'm sure, like, the colonel, if no one else, is going to be like, "What a blunt and blurt," he just, be a distraction. So, yeah.
Wow, that is a teammate of yours, huh?
Yeah. Unfortunately. How's it been going here?
That's been fine. Nobody's died this week, so it's been pretty quiet. No breaches, that's good. Now I'm about done here. I'm gonna get rotated to Site 19 after this, so
I will not see you again?
very likely not. Honestly, the life expectancy of both of our jobs is hella short, so
She's gonna cross her arms, look him up and down, and say, "My room has 2 beds."
it sounds good.
Excellent.
All right, my shift is over in another hour. I'll see you later. And Colonel Mathers and the security group get up and head out of the canteen.
Revna, did you make sure I saw the dagger stare, or
Um,
is it something I'd have to pick up on?
I think that's something you'd have to pick up on.
Should I roll? Media?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah.
What?
I've been doing these backwards. It is psychoanalysis for reading someone and psychology for playing with someone.
Okay.
So
Psychoanalysis. A extreme success.
Oh shit. The expression she was giving you was one of suspicion and possible deep ever-loving hatred.
Okay. All right. Can I assume it's because I'm using magic?
You could assume that.
All right. Okay. That's this. Having spent time with different tribes and more base cultures and whatnot around the world, I can imagine the superstitions. That's kind of what I'm reading. Is that there's this like?
I think that would be your understanding of it. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
The canteen door opens up, and Dr. Palmer's walking in with the stack of folders. There we are. Hey, everyone's together. That very convenient. Good to see you again, Bucky. I'm glad everything worked out.
Hello, Dr. Palmer.
Right. Well, we're all here. No staff changes necessary, so I just need signatures on these dockets, and they will solidify your positions in the SCP Foundation. You can get straight to the testing floor and get to work and start on things if you want to.
Klifton will again speed read. That's his talent thing. Go through it. Does it seem all right? I mean, as all right as this can be.
So give me that library use.
Okay. Okay. Just under a hard success. 2 points under.
Nice. It's a super straightforward contract. It doesn't look like there's a lot of like loopholes. It explains that for the period of one item research or one anomalous research, the 17 Alpha research team will be on probation so long as it's a successful operation. Then the group should be considered for mobile task force consideration and a transfer to Site 11 for future study.
And after he's done ripping through it, he just signs it and looks about and is like, would any of you like me to explain? And he puts the pen in the board and just slides it back.
You look over and Bucky has just been like watching you turn to pages and is just like turning with you to sign where you're signing. He's not reading it. You can fuck him with the EULA. It's fine.
All right.
Is there any significant changes from the other one?
More freedom.
Oh yeah. So the last one you were probationary because we did not know whether or not you would be like a threat to reality or the sense of normalcy in our world. It seems that the risk of that is low right now. So this is a different type of probationary. This one is more like just a tryout. You know, you succeed at this, and they will get you the Gucci job. It will come with a change of titles, that's for sure.
Advancement. She will sort of flip through the pages, and you can see her like sounding out certain words to herself, and she will sign.
Okay. Sorry, I had to look something up real quick. Okay, there it is. So, this is the wrong one. Yep. So they take. Sorry, I got disoriented. There it is, Mrs. J. All right. So they take your contract and then offer a. Is this a floppy or a CD? How old is it? 1999. Okay, it's a CD. They hand you a CD that is labeled Miss J. Whiz Kids Schoolhouse. Obviously, that probably isn't super legible to Revna themselves, but anyone else looking at the CD. Yeah, so in your new room, you have a personal computer. It's not connected to the internet, but you can use that to learn the common language spoken here. It's very helpful. You'll get the knack very quickly. It does need to be returned once you're done, but don't worry, we'll come get it because it's a bit. People seem to have a hard time letting go once they get attached. So
she looks at it, nods, looks up at Bucky, and then like snaps over to Maggie instead and says, "Maggie, you can use computers, yes?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you please? I do not want to learn English from Bucky.
I got you.
The most grateful look in her eyes.
all right, so I got Revna's signature, Klifton's signature, Bucky's signature.
Maggie is reading through it. She's just with the same fine-tooth comb she did the first one.
Mm-hmm. Give me a library use to study it.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. I rolled the second number.
So a hard success.
Yeah.
All right. So you read through it. It it is, like I said, very self-explanatory. It is a one-job offer. If you succeed, you can then be removed from being considered an SCP threat and be assigned to a mobile task force at Site 11, where you will then get much better housing, better treatment, the ability to leave a building and go see other buildings.
And after taking her time and reading through the whole thing, she'll sign in all the places, dot all her I's, cross her T's. She's like, all right.
Great, thank you. And I just got the weirdest sensation of deja vu. I feel like I've just done this with you all recently. Well, welcome again to the SCP Foundation, and this time as co-workers. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Can't wait.
All right. Well, you're now a research team. You can research that thing at your own will. You have access to our databanks if you need to look into stuff. You can come to me and another scientist if you need it. You can go wherever you want. I would recommend not, going into an SCP's room unless it's the one you're studying, but you are free to wander the halls as much as you want. And yes, welcome to the SCP Foundation again. And that is a perfect time to end this week's session.
Woo! Media, thank you so much for running this game. This is a blast. I have been scared. I have been throttled. I have been enjoying every goddamn minute that you are on the channel. Media, where can we go? Where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mediaflare. I am a voice actor and streamer. You can find me on Twitter or Twitch at Mediaflare. You can also find me here on Indoor Adventures channel every Thursday for the SCP game, as well as every Sunday for our Wild Beyond the Witchlight adventure, where I play Pepperdam Roski.
I'm a little gnome artificer, and I'm just trying to get my hands back together.
And look forward to more content from me in the future as my schedule starts to open up more. DanaeKeener.com.
And PB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I am PB. You can find me at any social media place at PB Plays Inside. You can find me on every other Saturday. On this, I'm gonna get it this time. And Praxagora Thesmophoria on Twitch.tv, playing Mechton over there. It's a ton of fun. It is getting real spicy. And, yeah, that's me.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got a variety of friends that we like to play these games with. So keep checking that out to get more of that content. You can find us anywhere audio casts are made available for free, as well as on YouTube at youtube.com/Indoor Adventures. We also have a Patreon set up for an after show. So if you liked what you saw here, you got any questions for us, or you wanted to hear about how we can possibly gain some levels and points in this game, tune into that after show called Nights in the Courtyard. It's over at the Patreon. Or you can join us on our Discord. The link can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. As an aside, Momo Mumbles, thank you so much for all the biddies that you just dropped to us at the end of this game. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. DanaeKeener.com. Greybeard, where can you find you?
Hey, okay, the list was all backwards this time. Greybeard Stavard, you can find me everywhere. Greybeard Stavard, all those social media fun stuff. Check me out on Sunday mornings at Greybeard Tavern on my Twitch channel. We play Wildermyth. I get to play with all my toys, and we have a good time with that. 10:30ish EST. And then you can see me every other Tuesday-ish at Lantern Noir's channel, where on Tuesday 5:30 we do old happy hour at the Old Timer Tavern, where the two of us have like 80 years worth of gaming experience, and we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and how to improve your game and the gaming world itself. That's it for me, GB.
Hey everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, most related to D&D, and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there with my schedule where I go to play games on the Twitches. So you can go and see all of the games that I am into. I'm mostly on this channel and over on GGK nowadays. So go and check it out, DanaeKeener.com.
Alrighty, and that is it for our show. So before we head off into our after show, I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week, and thank you Mediaflare for running this incredible game. Again, we are going to be heading out. Go check out the after show, and we'll see all you guys next week. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!